Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we could go over the DESSA'S Homespun Scents pre-order list together. So the reason I wanted to do this pre-order in particular, I do like to go over pre-order list occasionally, and I probably should try to do more of those videos on my channel, but I haven't done one in a while, and this one intrigued me to chat about with you all because this will be my first ever purchase from DESSA'S. I've had things here and there in friend mail or as like extras and D-stashes, but I have never purchased from her myself. So there are some items on this list that sound absolutely fantastic. So I decided that this is going to be my first order and I was going to participate. I'm going to try to keep it pretty small. This list is freaking fantastic. This is so good. So I'm going to go through the list with you all today, kind of share my thoughts, what's tempting me, what maybe is an easy pass. But I would love your feedback about these scents since I have never purchased from DESSA'S before. If there's a scent on this list that you absolutely love or you highly recommend or you think I could pass on, let me know. I really would love to hear all of your feedback on her wax. So this pre-order is Saturday, July 20th at 12 noon Eastern. So I am Central Time Zone, so that's 11 a.m. for me. Looks like she has a fairly short window, so just to where she reaches capacity, so 1 to 3 hours. It's an 8-week production time, and then shipping around mid-September. Different shapes. What I'm thinking about is these breakaway bars. It's enough wax to be able to try a scent. I've also heard really mixed reviews on how DESSA'S performs for many people in their homes, and so that makes me a little bit nervous. That being said, I just don't want to go overboard. So I think the breakaway bars are a great way to try her wax, and there's no chopping involved. I could just break off a tile or two and melt that and see what I think. So that's my plan, is to do the breakaway bars. Okay, first step, almond cream baguette. This is fresh crusty baguette topped with almond cream and powdered sugar. This one's an easy pass for me. I mean, it sounds good, but I'm not a huge almond person, so that one seems to be easy to pass. Apple crumble, baked apples, sweet cinnamon sugar, clove, nutmeg, decadent and buttery crumble topping, and a heaping scoop of fresh whipped vanilla cream. One of our best sellers. Sounds amazing, but I have a lot of apple scents semi-similar to this, and I only melt apple here and there, so I'm going to pass on that. Similarly with apple zucchini bread, doesn't stand out to me. Autumn Bliss bar, cookie batter topped with chunks of fresh cranberries, autumn pear, and a drizzle of white chocolate frosting. This sounds really interesting. The white chocolate, the cranberries, the pear, sounds like kind of a fruity bakery scent. Maybe something that would be good transitioning from summer to fall. Not super high on my list, but I'm definitely intrigued by that one. Okay, now we get into a lot of the, here's the first kind of heavy fall one, and that's what's hard about this list. There is a lot of fall leaves, campfire types of fragrances on this list, and I can't get all of them because realistically I need none of them. So trying to distinguish between which ones sound better than others to me. So this one is Autumn Campfire. So it sounds like it's a bestseller. Pumpkin pie, baked apples, gingerbread, hot mulled cider, cinnamon, cloves, and marshmallows roasted over a campfire. Sounds really fantastic. I'm not a huge pumpkin person, and I'm not a huge gingerbread person, so I'll probably pass on that, but it sounds really nice. Autumn Equinox. This is beach nights blended with vanilla voodoo and white birch. I definitely am going to pick this one up. This is one, I feel like she offered it maybe in her last pre-order, and I was tempted by her last pre-order, but decided for whatever reason not to participate. And so this is one that's been high on my list to try. So I'm definitely going to get that. I've heard a lot about her vanilla voodoo. So feel like I have to try it. Baking Me Crazy. Fresh baked bread, vanilla butter fudge, creamy zucchini bread. Sounds good, but a little bit basic. Banana harvest bread. I do not care for banana in wax, so I'm going to pass on that. Her version of beach nights. Now, normally I would pick this up because I love beach nights, but we're going into the fall season, and I have a lot of beach nights from other vendors, and since I'm trying to keep this relatively small, I think this is one I can easily pass on, since there's others on this list I want a lot more. Believe. Fresh baked cinnamon rolls drizzled with vanilla frosting, warm sugar cookies, and a forest of Fraser fir. This sounds just like a perfect holiday scent. I'm not a huge cinnamon person, so I'm going to pass on it, but this just feels like a cozy Christmas cookie blend, and yeah, that one definitely sounds delicious. Black Hat Society. Fresh baked oatmeal cookies, creamy oat milk, sweet brown sugar, and marshmallow fireside. I'm not a huge oatmeal person in wax, so that one is an easy pass, even though I do like the name of that. And sometimes all it takes for me is a spooky Halloween name, and I am I am convinced. Blankets and bonfires. Warm roasted pine cones sweetened with creamy oat milk, cranberry jam, and a hint of winter fireside. This sounds really good. This, again, kind of seems like a good transitional scent maybe, or maybe a nice kind of Thanksgiving time scent with the cranberry. I love pine cones. Not sure what winter fireside is, but maybe it's just a fireplace scent. Maybe there's something cold air about it. If you've tried this one, let me know what you think. That definitely is intriguing me for sure. Bobbin for Apples. Apple cider donuts meet caramel apples meet bourbon butterscotch sauce. So this is one that I would have not really thought twice about, other than the fact about this like bourbon butterscotch. That sounds really delightful. And Natalie said that she has had this one and really loved it. So that's making me curious about that. Not sure it's going to make the list or not. It's just going to depend on what everything else I'm going to get. But that one is for sure intriguing me. Bonfire of the Pumpkin. So it says fire roasted pumpkins, toasted marshmallow, and a hint of smoky firewood. This is giving me kind of charred pumpkin vibes based on the notes. Sounds good, but there's other things I think I want more. Book of Shadows. Sweet blackberries blended with bonfire bliss, sweet and creamy oat milk, and warm cedar wood chips. I am so back and forth on this one. I love bonfire bliss. I'm assuming this oat milk, it seems like it's being used in quite a few blends. Probably just adds to the creaminess of it. The warm cedar wood chips, it just sounds like a warm, foresty, woodsy, fire, cozy scent. Oh, yeah, and the name of this one too. That one's definitely tempting me. Brimstone and Broomsticks. This is a delicious blend of snickerdoodle cookies and hot apple cider. Not a huge snickerdoodle cookie person, and it just seems pretty bakery heavy, so that one's an easy pass. Burnt sugar cake. This is burnt sugar that's, caramelized in a cast iron skillet, then baked into homemade cake batter and topped with burnt sugar frosting. I believe that this one was offered in her last pre-order as well, if I remember right. And I was really curious about this one because I normally really enjoy these types of scents. However, I feel like this is one that automatically is not going to be a great performer. It just is light in general. And I have SCENTS' toasted caramel sugar in my collection that I have quite a few of. That is a toasted caramel sugar type of vibe. Also Amityville from Sarsaparilla Aroma and Henny de Camp from Sarsaparilla Aroma. So because of that, I think I'm going to pass on this one. But this is definitely intriguing me. Butter pecan latte. A hot cup of fresh brewed robust coffee loaded with buttery pecan creamer and topped with crushed butter brickle toffee bits. I'm just kind of dipping my toes in the water with coffee, so I'm going to pass on that one. But if you like coffee and bakery, that sounds really delicious. Candy cane forest. So I actually have had this one before. I had this in a friend mail. I believe I got this from Tara, and I really enjoyed this. So I am going to pick more of this one up. The sweet candy canes and creamy vanilla bean Noel are surrounded by a forest of pine trees. This one is really, really good. It just is exactly what it sounds like. A vanilla heavy candy cane, a peppermint scent, and then you get the pine. Really enjoyed that one, so I'm excited to see it back. Candy corn campfire cupcakes. This one's tempting. Rich and decadent cupcakes at Tiffany's topped with candy corn bits and a background notes, if I could speak, of a warm campfire. I really enjoy candy corn and I really enjoy campfire blends. The thing about this blend for me that's pulling me away from it is the cupcakes at Tiffany's. And I say that because I really enjoy cupcakes at Tiffany's. I do, but when it's blended, a lot of times I find that it's so strong that it really overtakes any of the other scent notes. And so I feel like with something like candy corn, especially that's, vanilla heavy and maybe a little bit lighter, that the cupcakes at Tiffany's would really drown it out. So because of that, I'm going to pass. Carnival. This sounds like a typical circus concession scent. They are good and I enjoy them, but they're not my favorite, so I'm going to pass. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this one if you have melted it, because this is one that I probably would have easily passed on, but I've heard this name before, and since it says one of the best sellers, it's making me have some FOMO and not want to miss out. The reason I wouldn't have purchased this one is the chestnuts. I'm not super into chestnuts or, nuts in wax and home fragrance, but chestnuts, brown sugar, sugar cookies, marshmallow fireside. It sounds good, so you have to let me know what you think of it. Christmas movie season. Fresh winter balsam is blended with cider lane, our sweet cinnamon streusel topping, and fire roasted marshmallows. Sounds really pretty. I'm not a huge cinnamon person in wax, so I will pass there. But I love, this is just giving such nice holiday feels. Christmas tree. Close your eyes and you are in the middle of a forest of Christmas trees. The nostalgic scent of a fresh cut pine and Fraser fir. Love a good Christmas tree. Do I need any more of it? Probably not. Yeah, I know I'm saying I'm going to pass on a lot of these, but I am truly. I'm trying to keep it very small but I just am sharing my thoughts. And it's not that these scents don't sound amazing, because a lot of these scents I would purchase without question, but I'm trying to keep it small. So I'm trying to pick out the items that just super incredibly stand out to me. So right now, the only one that we've done so far is that Autumn Equinox I'm definitely going to pick up. Okay, next we have Cinderella's Pumpkin Carriage. Warm pumpkin, gooey caramel sauce, buttery bear claws, waffle cone, and Bavarian cream. Not a huge caramel person or pumpkin for the most part, so I will pass on that. Cinnabon looks like it smells like a Cinnabon. Mentioned that I'm not a big cinnamon person, so I'm going to pass on that. Circus Under the Stars, Palo Santo blended with a circus concession. This sounds really unique and like something I've never seen before. I've had a lot of circus concession blends in the past and a lot of Palo Santo blends, but never the two of them together. So that one is intriguing. Coastal Forest, Pacific Northwest, where the ocean meets the forest in the Pacific Northwest. Ocean mist, sea salt, fresh balsam, pine cones, and warm driftwood. This is an absolute, this one really stands out to me. I love scents like this, and it's like two of my favorite things, right? Ocean, aquatic, salty sea air types of scents, and then pine cone and tree scents. So I'm really excited for this one, curious about it. This one I'm definitely going to pick up. Coffee House Cobbler. This is coffee and blueberry cobbler. Like I said about the coffee is a no for me. Coffee on Main, similarly. Cozy Nights by the Fireplace. So this is her version of Replicas by the Fireplace. I absolutely would pick this scent up if I didn't already have a bunch of these by the Fireplace dupes. This is such an amazing scent, though, if you like cozy, perfumey, smoky scents. So you get the smoke, but it's so faint and it's just warm and cozy and inviting. I feel like this description that she has is perfect. It really is just like cozy, put on your pajamas, read a book by the fire. It's just a very cozy, perfumey scent. So if you're into those types of things, I highly recommend it. I've never tried her version, obviously, but I've tried many in the last year or so and really enjoy it. Creaky Cauldron, Cider Lane, pumpkin pecan waffles, and a hint of fireside. Sounds like a great fall blend. Dickens Winter Cider. Sit by the fire while sipping a steaming cup of cider filled with mulled apples, mandarin oranges, tart cranberries, and seasonal mulling spices. This sounds like a very spicy cider type scent. Probably not one I'm going to grab. Donut Be Afraid. A fall classic, fried apple cider donuts, generously sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. Sounds great, but I feel like I have a ton of these types of fragrances. Okay, this is when we start getting into a lot of these fall atmospheric blends, which is when I really lose my train of thought. So if you tried any of these, let me know. Fall Foliage. This scent and this description just screams Alexis. So I feel like I have to get this. If you've had this one, let me know what you think of it, please. So there's a chill in the air. The leaves are changing and it is beginning to feel like fall. The dewy scent of earthly autumn leaves after the rain, and the warmth of crackling logs on the fire fill the brisk outdoor air. Yeah, sign me up. I love any scent that smells like fall. Those are my absolute favorite. They just put me in my feels. They put me in a good mood. They're so cozy. Love that so much. So definitely going to be picking up Fall Foliage. Fall in New England. A warm and comforting blend enjoyed during the fall season. A fresh brewed latte loaded with buttery pumpkin puree and nutty caramel and a side of sweet cinnamon strudel. Pass for me the cinnamon, the coffee, but sounds like a very cozy scent. Farm fresh raspberry jam, sweet, slightly tart fresh raspberry jam made from red raspberries picked fresh from the farm and sweet sugar crystals. I really love raspberry jam, although I feel like this summer I have melted a ton of it. I went through, Lavender and Speckles raspberry jam sampler. I've melted a lot of Second and Spruce raspberry, so I'm a little bit raspberried out, so I'm going to pass on this one. Fireflies. All right, this one is, I think, the number one on my list because I have been hearing about this blend for probably a year now, and I am so excited to try this. So warm cedar wood, damp night air, campfire smoke, and the gentle sweetness of roasting marshmallows. Sounds amazing. I love scents like that, and I've heard nothing but fantastic reviews of Fireflies, so very, very excited to try that one. Fresh bread and jam. Fresh baked crusty bread straight from the oven slathered with sweet strawberry jam. Sounds great, but I do have some other kind of bread and jam scents in my collection currently, so I'm going to pass on that. Georgia peach. Just like cutting into a fresh peach pulled straight from the peach tree. So authentic and delicious. Just doesn't stand out to me. I do like peach, but we're going into the fall, and I mean, honestly, who knows how long I'll let these sit before I melt them. If you have experience with Dessa's, how long do you cure her wax for before you warm it? But I'm kind of focusing on the fall and winter scents from the list. Gingerbread house, fresh from the oven, spicy homemade fresh gingerbread. Not a big gingerbread person other than Second and Spruce Tipsy Gingerbread Man. That I think it's the eggnog that really sets that one apart for me, but because of that, I'm going to pass on that one. This one though, oh man, Graveyard Mist. So Jason actually texted me and Natalie this scent description, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going in because I saw this scent and I was like, yeah, you got my attention. This sounds amazing. For one, the name, I love anything Halloween, spooky, fall related. So the name's a 10 out of 10. Plus you have petrichor in there and atmospheric. Sign me up. So this says an earthy atmospheric scent of petrichor, wet grass, fresh soil, wind-blown leaves, raw cedar wood, and subtle notes of smoked vanilla. If that doesn't sound like the best earthy, atmospheric, spooky fragrance, I don't know what does. So very excited for that one. Haunted Carnival. Deep fried apple fritters, churros, cinnamon sugar, fresh pretzels, butter, apples dipped in gooey caramel sauce. Sounds good, but just kind of a basic bakery, so not one I'm super intrigued by. Haunted Hayride. Fall is in the air. Take a ride on a hayride on a chilly fall evening. Surround yourself with scents of sweet hay, crisp leaves, Macintosh apples, and hints of cinnamon. This one I'm back and forth on. For one, I love the name. I love the leaves, the hay. Well, I should say I'm curious about this hay, the sweet hay note. Love leaves, apples, cinnamon, not so sure about that, but I'm kind of back and forth on this one. I think since I'm back and forth, I should just not pick it up. But if you've tried this, let me know what you think. I don't have a lot of hay type scents. Holiday Eggnog. A favorite holiday tradition, a rich and indulgent creamy concoction of Nana's homemade eggnog with a touch of rum and nutmeg. Really have been enjoying eggnog lately. I don't know. I get nervous with buying them because for me it really depends on the oil. So I think I probably will probably will pass on that, but I'm curious about it. Similar with this next one, Homestead Holiday. So it's roasted pine cones, sugary cinnamon streusel, and ooey gooey marshmallows. Sounds like it would be maybe kind of a slightly spicy bakery pine cone scent. Sounds like it would be good, but nothing that's standing out. Honey butter cornbread. Fresh cornbread baked in a cast iron skillet, smothered with a dollop of butter and sweet honey. I don't know if I've ever had a cornbread scent. That's really interesting. I love cornbread. I love eating it. Don't know if I need my house to smell like it, but it sounds really good. Hoodie season. This one wasn't on my list originally, but then I've kind of added it back on. It sounds really pretty. So Palo and sugared streusel paired with leaves. So the Palo Santo sweet cinnamon streusel, powdered sugar donut, and leaves. That just sounds like such an interesting combination. And like I've mentioned, I love leaves, fall leaves of any sort, and the Bath and Body Works type. And so mixed with Palo and these kind of cinnamon sugar bakery sounds really intriguing to me. So I think I'm going to pick that one up. Kaleidoscope, a bright and fruity concoction of sweet cotton candy, cantaloupe, honeydew, fresh watermelon, and fizzy effervescence. You know, if we were going into summer, this one might intrigue me more, but I have had, 6 weeks or so of melting summertime scents at the moment, and I'm over it, so that one's an easy pass. Similar with the next one, key lime strawberry sugar cookies. Oh, Candace, that's so awesome. I didn't realize it was a customer creation. Sweet and tart key lime custard, strawberry pound cake, pillowy sugar cookies. What's not to like with key lime and strawberry pound cake, but again, just kind of over the summertime stuff. Plus, I bought a lot of key lime this summer, just a lot in general. And so that's a scent I probably should stay away from buying more until I melt what I have so I don't get tired of it. La Patisserie, fresh from the oven pastry dough, caramelized sugar, sweet buttercream, sweet cinnamon, rich vanilla. You know, I'm really not into bakery right now. The last year or so, I've been less and less into bakery and more into earthy, atmospheric, outdoorsy, perfumey scents. So I'm passing on a lot of the bakery ones. Lakeside. So this is the Bath and Body Works Lakeside Morning dupe. I've had this candle before. It's a really pretty scent, but nothing I feel, I guess, strongly about to get it again. Lemonlicious. Lemon cheesecake, lemon sugar cookies, lemon cream puffs, and lemon buttercream. I'm not a huge lemon person. If I do melt lemon, a lot of times I need it to be blended with something else and not just lemon on its own. So that one I will be passing on. Magical Journey. So this one says, fasten your seatbelts as you soar across the tops of waterfalls, glide over the ocean and through an exotic rainforest on the back of a magical banshee. This flight of passage inspired blend captures the essence of fresh aquatic notes, cool sea breeze, whips of sweet citrus paired with hints of moss and damp earth. Yes. Excuse me. This one sounds amazing. I'm curious. So the name Banshee in there has me thinking, is Banshee Flight from Sarsaparilla Aroma supposed to be this scent, this Disney, Pandora fragrance? Let me know, because if I'm assuming that they're going to be similar is what I'm trying to say. I wonder if this is similar to Banshee Flight from Sarsaparilla Aroma because they're both inspired by this scent at Disney. Doesn't matter either way, I'm going to pick it up to try it. Just, it sounds up my alley. The sea breeze, the moss, the damp earth. Yeah, I have to have that one. Main Street Christmas. Step back in time as you stroll down Main Street during the Christmas season. Christmas trees in store windows, lanterns adored with wreaths and bows, and twinkling lights set the scene. Tart cranberries, bayberries, crushed cinnamon, hints of orange zest, and a background of freshly cut pine trees. This makes me think of those like pots on the stove where you put the orange and the different herbs in it. One of those like scented pots, or if you walk into like a craft store during the holiday season, that's what that's giving me. So I'm probably going to pass on that. Maple Crunch pancakes, delicious fluffy pancakes loaded with rich butter, maple syrup, and topped with crunchy caramelized walnuts. Not a big maple person, so I'm gonna not grab that one. November vibes. So this is Cider Lane, outdoor leaves, charred cedarwood, warm amber, smoked sandalwood, and gooey toasted marshmallows. I am really intrigued by this one. I would pass on it because of the Cider Lane. I do love Cider Lane, but I feel like I have so much of it, and Cider Lane is so prevalent in a lot of blends, especially during the fall season, that I shy away from buying more of it just because I feel like it's really overdone. But pairing Cider Lane with the outdoor leaves, the charred cedarwood, the amber, this just sounds so interesting. I feel like I have to try this. So this one is definitely on my list. Nutcracker Sweet. So this looks like a sweet gingerbread scent. Like I mentioned, I'm not a huge gingerbread person, so I'm going to pass on that. October. I almost wanted to get this just because of the name. October is my favorite month of the year weather-wise. I love Halloween, so obviously Halloween is in there, and October is also my birthday month. So October is my favorite month of the year by far. But the scent notes on this one are not for me, very pumpkin heavy, also as caramel and spicy cinnamon and clove. So pretty much everything I normally don't enjoy about a blend. So I think I should not get it just because of the name. Orange Grove. Freshly squeezed, zesty, juicy oranges. Not a huge orange person, especially not just on its own. I would need this to be blended with something else, so I'm going to pass on this one. Palo sugared streusel, Palo Santo sweet cinnamon streusel, and powdered sugar donut. I'm going to pass on this because I'm getting that blend. Which one is it that has that blend in it? Hoodie Season. So Hoodie Season was the Palo sugared streusel with leaves. I'm going to get that rather than just get it on its own. Perfectly Christmas. This is the Perfect Christmas Bath and Body Works type. I enjoyed this scent. I've enjoyed this candle in the past, but it doesn't stand out to me. Pumpkin cream cold brew. Again with the coffee, not my thing. Pumpkin potion, which is pumpkin puree, sweet pumpkin oat milk, Nana's pie crust, and a light dusting of pumpkin spices. Seems like it's a little too pumpkin heavy for my taste. Pumpkin pretzel crunch. A doughy, buttery pretzel loaded with pumpkin filling and crunchy bits of caramel. Again with the pumpkin and the caramel, but I do love pretzels, so I'll have to maybe try her pretzel at some point. Raspberry jam-filled cronuts. A croissant-like pastry deep fried like a donut, filled with our delicious farm-fresh raspberry jam rolled in sugar crystals. Sounds amazing, and maybe if it was more in the summertime, I'd be more intrigued about this one. But again, with the raspberry, I'm just kind of over it. Sacred Grounds. Almond cream baguette, ground coffee, sweet delicious cinnamon streusel topping. Again, with the coffee, just not my thing. Salem. This is leaves, apple, Macintosh apple, dewy outdoor leaves, and our vanilla voodoo. I think I have to get this one. For one, I've been really curious about this Vanilla Voodoo, and it's actually on the list by itself. And I'm going back and forth on it. So because it has the Vanilla Voodoo in it, it has the leaves, plus the name, I think this is one that I definitely have to get. Salem Fall Festival. This is creamy zucchini bread, pumpkin sugar donuts, and apple cider donuts. Again, with it being just kind of a little bit of a basic bakery, so not gonna grab that one. Santa's Pipe, a warm combination of smoky tobacco leaf with a background of cherry wood, cedar, and vanilla bean. This sounds super interesting and is tempting me because I really enjoy the scent of a pipe, and I feel like I don't have a lot of wax like this, and so I'm curious about this one. It hasn't made my list yet, but if you've tried this, let me know what you think. I'm back and forth on it, but it sounds intriguing. I have sneezed like 10 times during the course of recording this video for whatever reason, and every time I feel like I'm done sneezing and I start filming again, then I have to sneeze again. So sorry if my voice sounds strained. I'm trying not to sneeze. Okay, Scratch Kitchen. Deep fried funnel cake with doughy cronuts and rich and buttery apple crumble. Again, with the bakery, sounds great, but nothing I need. Seaside Escape. Salt and brine ocean air sweetened with lavender and toasted marshmallow. Sounds really, really pretty. Sounds a little bit basic, and I feel like I have a lot of scents like this right now. So because of that reason, I'll probably pass. But I do really enjoy these types of scents. Shut the Front Door. Strawberry pound cake, macerated strawberries, farm fresh raspberry jam, deep fried funnel cake, and New Orleans beignets. These are more the bakery scents that I'm really enjoying lately, where they're very fruit heavy. I'm not a huge strawberry person, and vendor strawberry in general I have to be careful with. So because it has that sweet macerated strawberry note in there, I'll probably pass on this one just because I'm not sure how that strawberry is going to pull for me. Sinister. Let's see, raw cedarwood, chestnuts, brown sugar, Palo Santo, and vanilla voodoo. Sounds like a nice bakery scent. This vanilla voodoo must be good. It's in quite a few of her blends. Snowed In. This is an automatic yes. So it says, this blend captures the spirit of being snowed in during a blistery snowstorm. The scent of fresh fallen snow, balsam and evergreen needles, cranberries and spices simmering on the stove, and a roaring fire in the fireplace. This description kind of gives me Teddy B's Pacific Northwest winter vibes. And I'm not, necessarily anticipating them to be the same scent, but it gives me that cozy Christmas tree type of vibe. And I'm all here for it, and that description just seems so cozy and such an amazing wintertime blend. Have to pick up that one. Similar with this one, it's just such a nice atmospheric scent. Snowflakes and sleigh rides. Imagine this wintry scene. The ground is covered in fresh fallen snow. There are wintry pines all around you. The air is cold and crisp, and snowflakes are falling from the sky. This scent will take you there. There's no description really, other than I'm getting cold air and maybe pine. Sign me up. Sounds freaking fantastic. Spooktacular. A blend of pumpkin pecan waffles, cinnamon rolls, vanilla frosting, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. That seems like it's going to be a powerhouse scent. Wow. Stormy nights, reminiscent of the clean, brisk air before a rainstorm. Clean and refreshing. This one I'm 50-50 on. The clean part of it is making me think, is this going to pull laundry? I don't love a lot of the rain oils I've tried. It really depends. I want like an atmospheric rain type scent more than I want the note of rain, if that makes sense. So if you've tried this one, let me know what you think about it. Strawberry zucchini streusel. So this is strawberry pound cake with sugared zucchini streusel. Looks like a bestseller. Sugar, milk, and cookies. Rich cookies with caramelized sugar are dunked in a tall glass of sweet, warmed milk. I'm not a huge milk person in wax. It depends on the oil. It does pull sour to me, even though she, kindly makes that note about there's nothing sour about the sugar milk. It's just the way sugar milk sometimes comes off to me. I'm really hit and miss about it, so I'm going to pass on it because I feel like I have to just be more careful. Sugar zucchini streusel. This is buttery sugar cookies, zucchini bread, and cinnamon streusel topping. Sounds like a great bakery. So this one, Sweet Lavender Beach. Beach nights, sweet soothing lavender, and hints of vanilla. This sounds really fantastic as well. I just tried Sweet Nights from Sassy Aroma and really, really loved it. And that one is Beach Nights and Sweet Lavender. So when I saw this on the list, I immediately thought of that one from Sassy Girl Aroma. There's something about the creamy kind of salty Sierra Beach Nights, and then you get that calming lavender. It really is a perfect summertime evening melt. Just you're at the beach, but you're starting to wind down for the day. So I'm 50-50 on that one. I am, like I said, only getting the 3-ounce breakaway bars to give it a try. So I feel like I can get a little more, but I'm also trying to be good. Sweet macerated strawberries. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the strawberries I'm 50-50 on, so I'm not sure about that. Vanilla Voodoo. The house blend of white birch, Madagascar vanilla, warm sandalwood, and sweet vanilla cream. This one's really popular. It looks like it's in a lot of her blends. I'm curious about this, but I have a couple thoughts. This seems to me like it's going to be a kind of perfumey vanilla. Madagascar vanilla and warm sandalwood is giving me perfumey body care vibes. And then also a lot of times when I get just basic vanilla scents, I don't get a great throw from them. Obviously, because just vanilla by nature isn't that strong. So because of that, I'm really back and forth on this. I'm feeling like I'm going to pass on it, and I'll just try the Vanilla Voodoo in some of the blends that I'm getting, because I don't want to get it and it be too late. Visions of Sugar Plums. So this is Sugar Plum Fairy and Fresh Balsam. Very curious about this one, and I never probably would have picked this one up, or I shouldn't say never. I wouldn't have been as intrigued by this as I am now if it wasn't for Jenny from Just Jenny here on YouTube. She loves Visions of Sugar Plum Fairy. She loves that scent oil. So I've wanted to, try it. And so mixed with Fresh Balsam sounds like it would be a good, maybe a little bit fruitier wintertime fragrance. So this one I'm back and forth on. Winter Hideaway, a warm and cozy blend of rich creme brulee, sweet oat milk with a light sprinkling of spices and a background of crackling campfire and charred embers. The spices, not so sure. It doesn't seem super intriguing to me. Also, the creme brulee, I don't love a lot of creamy bakery scents. Like I was mentioning with the sweet milk, they're just not really my thing. So I'll probably pass on that. She uses this oat milk quite a bit. I lost my spot. Yeah, we're almost done. So where are we? Winter Snow Globe. Sugar cookies combined with Winter Moon. And Winter Moon is vanilla bean noel, gooey marshmallow fluff, sweet crushed candy canes, and creamy white chocolate drizzle. sounds like a very bakery heavy peppermint. That sounds nice. Winter Witch. Damp autumn leaves, crackling logs on the fire, gooey roasted marshmallows, earthy cedarwood, and crisp, juicy Macintosh apples. Yeah, this sounds good. I don't really see what's wintry about, what's winter about it. It sounds a lot like some of the other blends I'm already going to get though, so probably will pass on that, but I'm intrigued by that one. Wish Upon a Star. So this is blueberry waffles topped with zucchini bread. Not a big blueberry person in wax, so that one's an easy pass. Witch's Fly at Night. This is a warm blend of earthy cedarwood, sweet cinnamon sugar, toasted marshmallow, and fire-roasted vanilla. So it says it's been reformulated to slightly tone down the cinnamon notes. So seems like it might be fairly cinnamon heavy, so I will pass. And then last but not least on the list is Ye Olde Witch House. Vanilla voodoo, sweet cinnamon streusel, toasted marshmallows, and a warm background of bonfire bliss. I love bonfire bliss, but again, I feel like I'm kind of getting some combination of all of those notes in the other blends, so I will pass on that. Don't get seasick here as I scroll back to the top, but wanted to get back to the top of the list. Okay, so that is everything. I feel like I have a generally good idea of what I want to get, but there are some, like I said, I'm back and forth on. So especially the ones that I'm back and forth on, if you have any feedback for me on them, I would love to hear your thoughts from, experts. And I'm really excited for my first ever DESSA'S order. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that this was, maybe helpful for you in some way. I like when people do these videos because I like kind of thinking out loud, and hearing people's thoughts about blends helps me make decisions. So I hope that it was helpful for you. But that is everything I have to share with you all today. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.